So if you're watching this video, know this is not the first or the second time I recorded this. I recorded a really long intro and I realized that I didn't have my boom mic on. And then I re-recorded everything to include the unboxing of the Baja Designs fog light kit, the Baja Designs Squadron Pro in the circle form, the lenses, the kit. I went over all the different little brackets that it has. Basically a big thorough overview of what comes in the kit. And then I proceeded to take the rest of the afternoon and record myself doing the install for this. However, for whatever reason that SD card is missing. I can't find it anywhere. So between those and a couple other things I recorded, I had about 3 hours of film that I was ready to edit that's not here. So I promised a big install video, and I could have done one, but it would have really been way too long for what it really is. You need a 10 millimeter, some Allen wrenches, and a Phillips head screwdriver. An electric drill makes things a little bit easier. A socket set makes things a little bit easier. But if you just have hand tools, you could have done this perfectly installed, perfectly by itself. So, down below here are the Baja Designs fog light kit specifically for the Forerunner. Now I do have the lighting instructions in the kit right here, I believe. I thought I had it beside me, but I don't. So this kit that it comes with two brackets that bolt onto the light, and one side slides into where the factory housing is, and the other side uses the existing screws from the factory housing. Then you take their plug and play, just find out which is positive, which is negative, make the connections, plug your light in. It really took me longer to make the video than it would ever to do this by yourself. And I did it by myself and I get a bad leg, so that slows things down even more. So underneath of your footwell, there are 3 bolts that you need to take out. I took the top one out, the 4th one, just in case I needed to pull back any further. I didn't have to. It helps if you're working on the driver's side to crank your wheel all the way passenger. That way you've got the room to get up into the wheel well. Pull your fender liner out, and on the inside, this is what the back side of your housing looks like. There are 2 screws, and then these are tabs that just slide into the inside of the bumper. So, actually it would sit like this. So there are tabs on the inside, and then there are 2 screws here on the outside. To get the factory one out, remove the 2 screws, save them because you're going to reuse them, and the light just comes out. Take your factory bulb out, or in my case I had an HID kit in there that I took out that's now my wife's car. But that's as simple as it is to take it out. Now the mounting brackets, I do wish that I had that clip because they're not rocket science, but they are done a specific way, but you just got to look at the instructions. The instructions themselves aren't that clear, but it's not rocket science, like I said. So the bracket that comes on this side comes on this side, and it's got 2 tabs that come out, and the bracket on this side comes out, and it's got 2 areas to screw it in. So when I put them in, I loosely tightened the Baja Designs light heads into the brackets. That way I had enough movement that I can move the brackets around the finagle to make sure everything fit. I put the tabs in, and then put the screws in. Once the screws and the tabs are in, the light's not going anywhere. So then I was able to make my adjustments with the light head. I haven't made any since then. I have them both pointed as far down as I can. So the top lights are in a spot beam, and the bottom lights are in a wide corner diffusing. And Baja Designs says with this combination, it's the driving light. So it spreads light out, gets you a little bit down the road as well. I may end up getting the wide cornering lenses down the road, but for now, I think I like these the best. So then you plug the Baja Designs light into the harness that comes with. You test the positive and negative on the factory harness. They are polarity sensitive. Once you've done that, Baja Designs has a plug for the H16/H11 plug that you plug their wires into. You plug their wires into it. It's all watertight fittings. Plug into your factory harness, test it, make sure it comes on. That's it. That's all you got to do. Tighten up your Allen wrenches. Make sure your screws don't hold the light bucket in there is nice and tight. On the outside of the ring, it comes with a ring for the circle, just like it would for the square. They are different lights, so if you are ordering the fog light kit, make sure that you order the round ones and not the square ones, because I had made that mistake. You take these off, the retaining ring, if that's what you want to call it, and then you put this shroud around it. What that shroud does is it helps it set in the bucket and look somewhat OEM. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing at all. And I really like the way it looks. So you tighten your Allen wrenches up on this side, make sure your plugs are in, and on the passenger side, then you put your wheel well liner in and make sure your bolts are all tightened up. The passenger side is exactly the same. However, there is a shroud cover behind, it kind of protects the back side of the passenger side fog light housing. There are 3 tabs to it. There's one on the inside, furthest out from the vehicle, that you can see real easily. I pushed that in and just manhandled the rest of it out. You're not going to reinstall it, so if it cracks or breaks or those tabs come loose or come off or anything, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to come back over the light, so you don't have to worry about saving it. Same deal on that side, 2 screws. Pull it out, unplug your bulb, or your HID kit, or whatever you had in there before. And same deal on the other side. You put mount the brackets up against the light, slide them in, put the 2 screws in, and I aimed them down as far as I could. And same thing on that side, though. I believe it's the brown wire is the positive, if I remember correctly. Now, I did this last week to try to get it in so I would have it in for the weekend so I could take some pictures and all that fun stuff. But again, those are all on the SD card that I don't have. Again, button everything up on the other side. I did the same thing. I took 4 of the wheel well liner bolts out on that side. And that's when I realized on that side that you definitely don't need to take all 4 out. You can take the 3 out just as if you were changing the ball or putting an HID kit or whatever in. And so far, I'm more than pleased with them. We took a trip this weekend down to an outlet mall on the south side of Denver. And I live in northern Colorado, so it took us about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to get back. And I live maybe 15 minutes from the mountains, so it's a little after 3 now. In the next hour or so, by 4:30, 5 o'clock, it'll be dark. The sun goes down over the mountains, and when it goes down and gets cold, it gets dark real quick. So these coming back were awesome. A lot of you are going to ask, do I get flashed? So far, I haven't got flashed. Now, I don't drive that often at night or in the evening hours. I am taking a road trip next week that we're going to be using like about 2,000 miles round trip that these will definitely be used in. So far in the city, though, with side-by-side driving against traffic, I haven't got flashed. When I had these down on the license plate bracket, which they're going to go back down there tomorrow, I might put them up here for some pictures. With those on and everything else, I have got flashed. But these pods are the same thing. They're all Pros. These are just the round housing versus the square housing. And each one of these is rated at 4,900 lumens, which is a lot of light. So between the 4 pods, and then you add the low beams in there, there's well over 10,000 lumens. So the low beams are from Xenon Depot. They're their Extreme LED kit. I will have posted a video either before or after this one talking about these. And the same thing with the high beams are now Xenon Depot's HID kit. I apologize that this video is not more in depth. It's really not that difficult. It's very, very simple. I was panicking when I installed it because, like some of you who have found this video, I couldn't find any videos of this being installed or anything like that yet. So this might be one of the first ones out there, but it's really not that difficult of an installation. This video itself will take longer to make and record than it will to do one side. But if you do have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I'll do as best as possible. If we have to work out where we go behind the scenes and I send you some specific pictures or answer some specific questions, I'm perfectly okay with that. So if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, click the subscribe button. And again, if you do have questions, feel free. Do not hesitate to ask. They were very simple. I've had a bunch of people waiting for this video, and it's not that hard at all. Really, it isn't. So again, thanks for watching.